Hello and welcome to Extra Innings. I am Van Noland. I am joined as usual by Owen Noland. We do not have a whole lot of news for you guys tonight, but we have a little bit to talk about. So we're also going to talk about the minor league baseball league team affiliation realignment that happened, maybe September or so, early October. We never got to that, of course, because of postseason baseball, and I figured a slow time of the offseason, now is a good time to go ahead and cover that. But let's go ahead and start. Let's jump right into the news. Last week, we reported that Joe Mauer retired. Well, the Twins did not take long to find his replacement, or a potential replacement. They claimed C.J. Cron off waivers from the Tampa Bay Rays. Cron was designated for assignment 2 weeks ago. He is 28 years old. He played first base and DH for the Rays last year. He hit 30 home runs, drove in 74 RBIs, and hit .253 in 140 games. Last year, he's definitely being added because of his power numbers, his hitting numbers a lot more than his defensive numbers. But the Twins will still be able to use him at DH, which I think will benefit them. Now let's get to the Braves, who have had a fairly busy week, really just past half of a week. Actually, really just a day. Yesterday, the Braves signed Brian McCann to a 1-year deal. Brian McCann, I guess you could say, making his return to Atlanta. He spent the first 9 years of his career with the Braves before heading to the Yankees and then, of course, to the Astros, who he was most recently with. He was a 7-time All-Star while he was with the Braves. From 2008 to 2016, that is 9 years, where he hit more than 20 home runs. He also hit over 300 twice while he was in a Braves uniform. And maybe going back to the familiar stomping grounds. It's not too familiar. I guess they have a new ballpark, but a familiar uniform will help turn his career back around. He hit just .212 last year and had 7 home runs. He will join Tyler Flowers, as of right now, I guess, as the catchers for the Braves. Kurt Suzuki, one of the main catchers last year, is now a free agent.
Correct me if I'm wrong, he did sign with the Washington Nationals, did he not?
Oh, that's right. Yes, he did sign with the Washington Nationals. I don't know why we did not talk about this last week. I must have missed it. But Kurt Suzuki signed with the Nationals, so the Braves were in need of a catcher. The other acquisition the Braves made yesterday, which I think was the bigger acquisition, although a good argument could be made for Brian McCann. They signed Josh Donaldson to a 1-year, $23 million contract. Josh Donaldson, of course, the 2015 AL MVP. He has been an All-Star 3 times in his career. Last year, in an injury-plagued year for Donaldson, he played in just 52 games with the Indians and the Toronto Blue Jays. But I think he definitely is the good middle-of-the-order bat that the Braves need in their lineup. And he shores up the spot at third base, which the Braves were also in need of. So this will be very interesting. I think this was a great day for the Braves. I think they took significant steps forward to improving their team and getting past the NLDS this coming year. What do you think?
I agree with you. These were moves that will help the Braves as they look to make the postseason in back-to-back years and maybe win their second consecutive NL East crown. It will be interesting, though, to see how Johan Camargo fits into this, because he was their third baseman for most of last year. What do they do with him? I've heard some people say they're going to get rid of him, they're going to trade him, and others say he could be a utility player and play shortstop, second base, and third base. That, I think, will be something to watch for Atlanta Braves fans. But the McCann signing and the Donaldson signing are both filling big needs for them. And they are really, I mean, you'll talk about some other moves, but they're the only team so far that I think has made a huge, I shouldn't say huge, a significant jump forward. I think with the addition of Ryan McCann, they are really good defensively at catcher, and obviously McCann has played with the Braves before, had his most successful years in Atlanta, so that'll be good for him to go back there and continue his career. And the Braves right now, at least on paper, I think look like, again, a team that can compete in the NL, maybe to get farther than they did a year ago.
Yes, I would definitely agree. Another signing that was made, I said there weren't a lot. We still have two more to get to. Lonnie Chisenhall signed with the Pittsburgh Pirates, another one-year deal, so not a lot of long-term contracts for players so far. And I'm sure all the dominoes will start to fall soon enough when the top of the market gets signed. But for now, a little news to report on the Pittsburgh Pirates signing Lonnie Chisenhall. He's a career .268 hitter. Last season, he hit .288 with 12 home runs and drove in 53 runs. He was injured a lot, so did not get a lot of at-bats. But he will probably be a backup outfielder, I would imagine, for the Pirates. He also might see a little time at third base.
Yeah, that's true. Chisenhall will provide good depth for the Pittsburgh Pirates. This isn't a major move. This isn't Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, something like that, but a good move for the Pirates, although I do not really see them being able to contend in 2019. Of course, things can change between now and spring training, but this is, to me, not a major move that will take them to becoming a contender.
Yes. Although Chisenhall was drafted in 2008 and signed with the Cleveland Indians, they were the only organization he has ever played professionally for. Out of high school, he was drafted in the 11th round by guess who?
The Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yes. So
I didn't cheat, guys. Don't worry. I did not look at the answer before.
He did not, but so he will be going back to Pittsburgh, I guess.
In a way, even though he was never really there.
I'm sure he was there one day.
I doubt it.
You doubt it?
If he never signed, he went on to college.
Fair point. But just a little interesting fact for you. Well, the last bit of news for you guys before we get into the minor league team affiliation realignment, I guess, is that the Tigers have signed a starting pitcher. This one is Matt Moore, a left-handed pitcher who last pitched for the Texas Rangers. He had an ERA over 6 last year. He was used as both a starter and a reliever. This is coming off 2 down years for Matt Moore. He had over a 5.5 ERA with the Giants just 2 years prior in 2017. He was, however, an all-star with the Rays early on in his career, a young pitcher who showed a lot of promise. So we will see if he can resurrect, I guess, his career and get back on the right path. I do not know where he will fit into the Detroit Tigers pitching rotation, as he was used as both a reliever and as a starter. I don't know what their current plans are for using him next year. maybe he gets that 5th spot in the rotation. Maybe he's just a bullpen arm. The current number 5 in the Tigers rotation is a player with 4 career games played, Spencer Turnbull, 6'3", 215, the age of 26. He was a second-round draft pick by the Tigers a few years ago, this Spencer Turnbull, but we'll see if Matt Moore will beat him out, or actually, he's not yet on the depth chart, but I could definitely see him fitting into a long reliever role with the Tigers pretty well. They have some good back end of the bullpen pieces. A younger rotation that they might want to let start and get experience. So I think a long reliever role would be best for Matt Moore and the Tigers. Of course, that's up to them. Maybe he goes out and starts in spring training and has a great spring training. And he gets the number 5 spot in the rotation, so we'll see about that. But now it's time for what you all have been waiting for. Maybe they have all been waiting for this.
And maybe they haven't, but we will do it anyways.
Would you like to do it? The, I guess, sort of minor league team roundup instead of the prospect roundup.
Yes, a little bit different. Not prospects where highlighting this week it is the affiliates of the Major League Baseball teams who have switched teams during the off season. How it works is you sign a player development contract.
Each individual minor league team signs a player development contract.
And then it's for a certain amount of years, 2 or 3 years. And then after your contract is up, you're no longer affiliated with the team. You have to find a new team or re-sign with your current team. So we will start at the highest level of minor league baseball before you reach the professional level. That's AAA in both the International and the Pacific Coast League. We have the Las Vegas 51s, who used to be the New York Mets affiliate. They are now the Oakland A's minor league affiliate, which makes more sense for Las Vegas. No longer do their players have to travel all the way to New York, all the way across the country when they got called up. They now have to travel simply to Oakland, which is a lot shorter distance when you're talking about traveling players back and forth between the majors and minors. The second team of 6, by the way, there were 6 teams that changed affiliates. The second team was the Fresno Grizzlies. They were previously the Houston Astros AAA affiliate. They are now the Washington Nationals AAA affiliate. Moving from the American League to the National League, at least in their parent club. And a lot farther away for them. I talked about how Las Vegas was closer to Oakland. Well, Fresno is a lot closer to Houston than it is to Washington, D.C.
The Nats kind of got the bad end of the whole shuffle.
The short end of the stick.
Short end of the stick, yes, for the whole shuffle right now. Go ahead and get through those, and then we'll have a few thoughts about it.
All right, the Nashville Sounds, who were the Oakland A's affiliate, are now the Texas Rangers affiliate. The Round Rock Express, who were the Texas Rangers affiliate, are now the Houston Astros affiliate. And the San Antonio Missions, who I believe were...
They're the new AAA.
New AAA team, who is the new AAA team of the Milwaukee Brewers, because the Colorado Springs Sky Sox are now a single-A team, nicknamed the Colorado Springs Vibes.
Vibes, yeah.
Vibes. Not sure what kind of a name Vibes is. How do you have a mascot that's a vibe?
It's like a heat, like a...
Their mascot looks like
fire?
a s'more.
They look like a s'more. It
I'm
kind
just
of
being
does.
honest.
He kind of does.
They're the single A affiliate now of the Milwaukee Brewers, but the triple A affiliate, which is what we're talking about right now, moved to San Antonio. They are now the San Antonio Missions. The last team is
The Syracuse
the
Chiefs.
Syracuse Chiefs. No, was Double A, wasn't it? Isn't this the? Oh no, you're right. You're right. It is the Syracuse Chiefs. I was wrong.
The former Nationals.
You're right. The former Washington Nationals AAA affiliate, the Syracuse Chiefs, are now the New York Mets affiliate. That makes a lot more sense for New York to have their AAA home in Syracuse. Syracuse is in New York. We mentioned that the Nationals the
Nationals got the short end of the stick.
The Nationals got the short end of the stick on this.
Part of the reason for this realignment was the Mets having the short end of the stick for a few years with their AAA affiliate in Las Vegas. They were not too happy about that, so they went out and purchased the Syracuse Chiefs. They purchased the Syracuse Chiefs a year ago, so last year the Syracuse Chiefs were owned by the Mets and the Nationals, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, that's correct. I believe, thus leaving the Nationals without a AAA affiliate. And I mentioned the proximity to the Oakland A's. Well, the Las Vegas 51 did not go to the Washington Nationals. They went out west to a much closer affiliate in the Oakland A's. The Oakland A's then needed to find a AAA affiliate. The Washington Nationals were still left without a AAA affiliate. Since the Sound were not originally with the A's, some people thought the Nationals would pick them up, but instead the Texas Rangers picked up the Nashville Sound, leaving the Express without a team. The Express named after Nolan Ryan, that was his nickname when he played. And the Houston Astros, let's see, are they owned by Ryan or is that the Rangers I'm thinking?
I think it's the Rangers.
It's the Rangers. Anyways, the Houston Astros are now the AAA affiliate of the Express.
No, the Houston Astros are the Major League Club of the Express.
Major League Club of the Express. That might be scary for AAA if you've got the
the Astros.
Houston Astros that you're playing against. They won the World Series 2 years ago. Good luck, AAA hitters and pitchers. No. But the Milwaukee Brewers, of course, moved to San Antonio, and throughout this, the Washington Nationals were still left without a team while they were the last ones standing, which means they had to take the Fresno Grizzlies. Obviously, Fresno is nowhere near Washington, D.C., which is why they got the short end of the stick.
Yes.
We will move on now to Double A, where there was not as many moves. The Pensacola Blue Wahoos were the Cincinnati Reds Double A affiliate. They are now the Minnesota Twins Double A affiliate. See how simple it is when the two teams just swap. The Minnesota Twins swapped the Lookouts. What's their Chattanooga Lookouts with the Reds. So you saw I said there were 6 teams that switched affiliates in AAA. That's how complicated it gets when you don't directly, trade. They don't really trade. Say, I'll trade you my AAA team for yours. But it usually works out that way. It's nice and simple like here in AA. In AAA, that's why the Nationals were not too happy about how things ended up. Because teams kept taking the affiliate that they probably wanted. Van, go ahead.
It's all about travel for your AAA players and your Major League players. For rehab assignments for many Major League players once they get to AAA, part of the rehab assignment if they do. And for AAA players that are getting called up and down throughout the year, some as many as 3 times. You don't want to have to make the flight from California to D.C. That is a hassle, especially as just a AAA player. So that is one of the concerns for these Major League clubs. For example, the Albuquerque Isotopes were playing a series in Colorado Springs. and the Colorado Rockies were in town at the same time. So the Rockies were able to bus players. Not a lot of them, maybe just the player could drive if they wanted to. From Coors Field to Colorado Springs or from Colorado Springs.
Didn't Ryan McMahon do that?
Yes.
He was up with the Isotopes in Colorado Springs. He got called up, made the drive from Colorado Springs to Denver, and played in the Rockies Sunday afternoon game. And actually, I think, hit a home run or maybe got an RBI. I don't remember. But he had a big part in the Rockies' victory.
Yeah, you wake up one morning, you're a member of a AAA team, and you can get to the Major League team in a matter of hours. And part of that was just good scheduling. And at the time, the Rockies, I'm sure, knew about this and were aware of it well before. But having your AAA team in close proximity can certainly benefit you throughout the year.
Yes, the other change made in AA, the San Antonio Missions, I told you about them. They're the AAA affiliate of the Brewers now. But last year, and in previous years, they were the AA affiliate of the San Diego Padres. So the Padres needed a AA affiliate, so they made a team in Amarillo, Texas. It has yet to be named, or at least as of when this article was written. It might have been named by now. Van can look that up. The Amarillo AA team for the Padres. So they filled their AA need there. And every team was satisfied with their AA affiliates. In Single A, this is 3 teams that all swapped affiliates. And 3 symbols I do not recognize, to be honest. But the Marlins swapped with the Pirates. Maybe if you're a fan of these teams, you will know which teams these are. The Seattle Mariners swapped with the Miami Marlins. Oh, here it is. The West Virginia Power, the Single A affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates, are now the Single A affiliate of the Seattle Mariners. The Greensboro Grasshoppers. I could have guessed that. This little symbol here looks like a grasshopper throwing a baseball. The Greensboro Grasshoppers are now the Pittsburgh Pirates affiliate. They were previously the Marlins affiliate, leaving the Mariners and Marlins swapping affiliates. Let's see if it says the name. The Grasshoppers had been the Marlins affiliates. What's it say about the Mariners affiliate?
Nothing.
So it won't tell me what that team is. That's kind of disappointing, this article. Should have told me instead of assuming that everybody knows every single A baseball team. But it's fine. Mariners. It doesn't say. There were no affiliation changes in any of the short season leagues, the New York Penn League, the Northwest League, or the Rookie Leagues, Appalachian and Pioneer Leagues. And there will be a new team in the Pioneer League, the Helena Brewers. Will be the Brewers Rookie Ball affiliate now. But I'm a little mad now. This article doesn't tell me who the Seattle Mariners' previous Single A affiliate was. No. This guy right here. The guy with the baseball bat. I'm going to look him up now because I am...
Everett? The Everett Aqua Sox?
That's the Everett Aqua Sox? Really?
That or it's the Mariners.
No, that does not look like the Mariners.
Alright, so it's the Everett Aqua Sox. This is Single A you're looking at?
Yes, Single A.
Alright, the Everett Aqua Sox, I think. I found out what the Amarillo minor league team baseball name is, though. So
is it the Armadillos?
No, it's not the Armadillos. That would have been a really easy, good, probably better than the name they chose. They chose the Sod Poodle. That must be it. It's a prairie dog of some sort.
Yes.
So,
a prairie dog.
Yes.
Interesting.
Maybe they have a lot of prairie dogs in Amarillo.
Maybe they do. I can't say I've ever been to Amarillo, Texas. No, Van, you were looking at short season single A, which is the Everett Aqua Sox. See, I knew I would have I would have recognized the Everett Aqua Sox logo, which sounds very strange. Owen, why would you know the Everett Aqua Sox logo? Well, they play on the West Coast, and sometimes when I can't fall asleep at night, I turn on their games in the summer. Yeah, this is what I do in the summertime. I listen to random minor league baseball team games. This, actually, the single A affiliate was the Clinton Lumber King. See, that makes a lot more sense. This guy looks... You can Google their symbol if you so desire. I know you can't see this on the radio. This guy does not look like an Aqua Sock.
You're right. He looks like a Lumber King.
Yes. Does this guy look like an Aqua Sock or a Lumber King? He's got a really big baseball bat, which would make sense. A Lumber King. He's got the
and he's a
nice
crown.
baseball bat. He's got the crown for like a king. See, now that makes a lot more sense.
All right.
We have solved the mystery of the single A affiliate, who is
Yes.
now the Miami Marlins single A affiliate. And we have finally concluded our sort of tour around the minor leagues, the new affiliates. It's always interesting to see what happens, especially with the new team in San Antonio moving up to AAA and Colorado Springs moving all the way down to single A, which made a lot of sense. Lots of people around Colorado Springs. It just wasn't drawing the crowd. It wasn't as popular as they had hoped for a AAA affiliate. That's part of the reason the Colorado Rockies did not continue their partnership with the Sky Sox, despite the proximity, is they just weren't drawing enough fans, and the Albuquerque Isotopes are one of the most well-attended AAA teams in all of minor league baseball. So the Rockies would get a lot more revenue from the...
I don't know if they... Actually, yeah, they do.
They probably get a portion of it. I'm not an expert on this, but the Isotopes draw a lot more fans and get a lot more popularity than the Colorado Springs Sky Sox, and that's ultimately what led to the downfall of AAA baseball in Colorado Springs. I think. I don't know this for a fact, but so don't quote me on it, but I think that's true.
Good to know.
It was disappointing to see the Sky Sox leave, but now they've got the Fighting S'mores out there.
The Fighting S'mores.
Look up their logo and tell me it does not look like a s'more.
I'll do that later.
You can do this later. We'll do this when we're not on a live radio show. How about that?
Is that all you have?
Yes, that will conclude our coverage of these s'mores and everything else about baseball.
Yes, very interesting. Next week, I really hope we have more news to talk about. As soon as Harper and Machado sign, they will fall like dominoes. At least that's how it usually works. That's what my prediction is. If nothing happens by next week, we can tell you where we think they'll sign. Just talk about rumors and stuff.
Oh, it's the Rocky Mountain vibes. I'm sorry. Not the Colorado Springs vibes. The Rocky Mountain vibes. Sorry to jump in. You're trying to end the show here, and I'm looking up the s'mores again.
Okay. Anyways, that will do it for tonight's episode of Extra Innings. So, that is a funny-looking s'more. But that will do it. We would like to thank you guys for listening whenever and however you have listened to us tonight. You have been listening to Extra Innings on National Sports Radio.